Yeah, so with Bitcoin, looks like that this initially was thinking this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This could be the potential end of a wave 5. And we had this bullish momentum reversal. And it just showed, it just didn't do anything. Like this move to the upside is of no significance. Yeah, it went from 32,000, 31,500 to around 36,000, which sounds like a lot. And if we look at the candlesticks, which shows the range of the bars, so it went from as low as 28,000 to as high as 36, 37,000. But this is a corrective psychology. It's overlapping waves, and it didn't really do anything. What we was hoping for to get the buyers, it's basically the terms of the bulls overtake the bears, where the bulls buying power takes over the selling power, which means we get more of an upside movement. But it was so weak. It was like someone throwing a punch, and it looked like it was going to be a knockout, but it was more like a tiny little jab. This is a tiny little jab. And now that the momentum's gone to the bearish side, it's likely that we're going to see lower lows being made, even towards the mid 20s and maybe even the 20,000 zone if this low doesn't hold. And that will impact the rest of the market. Because in Bitcoin is like an indicator, and when everything else almost is magnified to a certain degree, especially at the extremes of Bitcoin. So we may see a low being made. So even when I got some comments on YouTube saying, "Oh, great, Bitcoin is going 37,000, 30 whatever thousand," I go, "Yeah, unless it breaks like really confidently up here, this is a sign of weakness, and it's corrective, it's overlapping." Whereas this movement to the downside and this movement to the downside is impulsive to the downside. This movement here is impulsive. And all these other movements, these micro movements, are corrective. And this one here is also corrective. And guess what? This one here has a corrective psychology pattern. So the probability, because the momentum's to the downside on the daily chart is the immediate 1 to 2 weeks, is likely going to make a new low. And then a 5-wave structure may unfold to complete the wave A of, so this would kind of come to around here somewhere. And we need more data, but you can see that this bar has been very bearish the last day. What's the current price? Is it, what does it say? What's the low? The low is 32,000, but I reckon it may go below 28, and we may see some bearish action over the next 1 to 2 weeks, and then complete that A, and then the buying to come back into the market. This, just so you know as well, if you see these red lines, if I just zoom out, these are major support and resistance levels. So this red line here is the major high from 2017. That's a major level, and we shouldn't see price go below that point as the extreme. And this one here is the low of at the end of January, and this is that range. So we'll probably see it exceed this somewhere floater here. It might tag this. That's going to be scary for the market because everything's going to just tank if that happens, more than likely. But then this is going to be the smart money buying opportunity, because when and if it does recover, then everything just goes through the roof. So yeah, it's going to be potentially a bit of a turbulent ride over the next 2 to 3 weeks.